The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a controversial abortion case with enormous stakes for those who support a woman's right to choose. At the center of the case is a Louisiana abortion law that makes it nearly impossible for doctors to provide services to patients. The Women's Health Care Clinic in New Orleans is one of only 3 abortion providers left in that state. If the law stands, those clinics are at risk of shutting down.
Joining us now is CBS News reporter Kate Smith. She's in New Orleans, where she spoke to staffers at the Women's Health Care Clinic. So, Kate, explain first how Louisiana abortion laws impact providers in the state, and specifically the clinic that you're at.
So good morning, Anne-Marie and Vlad. So we are in Louisiana all this week, and that state has some of the most restrictive anti-abortion regulations in the entire country. Now, so often we speak about how these regulations play out for patients who are seeking an abortion, but there's a whole nother side of abortion regulations that are actually targeted straight at providers. So right now, I'm standing outside of Women's Health Care Clinic. That's one of only 3 abortion providers that are left in this state because all of those restrictions have actually been very effective in shutting down clinics here in Louisiana.
So then there's only 3 right now, but if this law is enacted, it could whittle down to maybe 1. What would that mean for the state?
That could have devastating consequences for women who live in this state. So yesterday, I was speaking to a woman who runs an abortion fund here in the state, and she was telling me kind of what the landscape could look like here in Louisiana if you go down to one clinic. That would mean that this clinic here behind me would have to close. It would also mean the one in Baton Rouge would have to close. So the only clinic that would be left in this state is in Shreveport, which is all the way in northwest Louisiana. That's 5 hours away from here. So women seeking an abortion could be facing tremendous travel times to seek that care. And then also there's a 24-hour waiting period. That means that women are going to have to make that trip twice or, get a hotel room or something like that. And that's, of course, if the Supreme Court chooses to uphold the law that Louisiana passed back in 2014.
So explain to our audience why other organizations can't just open another clinic in the state.
So, Vlad, that's such a great question, and I was speaking to some people today about that. And the reason is because the licensure battle here in Louisiana is so intense for people who are looking to open up an abortion clinic. So we've spoken so much about Missouri and kind of the licensing that happened with that one clinic that was left in St. Louis. So the same thing plays out here. And basically what the state does is they just won't allow any new clinics in the state. So later today, we'll be speaking to Planned Parenthood here in New Orleans. Now, they don't currently provide abortions, but they've been actually seeking a license to do so for over 3 or 4 years. So they're going to give us a little bit of insight into what that looks like, what the state has come back with, and some of the reasons why the state has told them that they're not allowed to provide abortions.
All right, Kate Smith, we thank you very much. We're going to be talking to you all week long. We appreciate your reporting.
Thank you.